Hello, I'm Manpreet Brar and this is my video presentation project. This presentation will focus on understanding the cultural environments in a global context, and I did my research based on Gert Hofstede's dimensions of national culture. Hofstede defined culture as a collective programming of the mind distinguishing the members of one group of people from others. I interviewed a person who has spent a considerable time in Singapore, and the following slides are an analysis of the interview. These are purely individual views that I am presenting here and my assessment based on my interaction with an individual. To commence with power distance, Singapore seems to have a very high power distance and it comes with hierarchical distribution. Singaporeans treat special group of people with special attention, which can be seen in various relationships. In case of employee and employers, juniors simply obey the commands. They do not share their opinions unless they are directly asked. They do not question authority and are less likely to initiate upward communication unless requested to do so. The boss doesn't socialize on one-to-one basis with reporting employees and jokes are hardly made. This is in line with what I have seen in India. It shows the impact of predominant population from Asian countries like China and India, where this is a common practice. In parent children case, elders are treated with special attention, honor, and courtesy. Well mannered Singaporeans rise when elders come into a room. They ask elders to eat first and to enjoy the meal, and they do not cross their legs in front of them. In teachers and students case, teachers treat students as they were in a parental role to them. Teachers help them in all type of problems, personal, social, and emotional, as well as academic, but they do not socialize with them. On the other hand, individualism doesn't seem to be a dominant factor here. It is highly multicultural and multi-ethnic society, but still a harmony exists when it comes to national interest. Harmony Day is celebrated every year, so Singapore is a collectivist society. Singaporeans are highly dependent on government for the improvement of their standard of living and quality of life. The expectation from government is always around high tech and world class society and facilities for people like smart city, Wi-Fi everywhere and surveillance of every public place of the entire nation. Singapore is a true world class country. Now, the third point. I was made to believe in the interview that Singaporeans do go after achievement, and every success is welcomed and rewarded with high perks and salaries in corporate and social culture. On the other hand, they also care for national cause, people cause, and they do enjoy a high quality of life, which seems like a fair balance of masculinity and femininity. In my opinion, this is an indicator of developed nation and is an indicator of growth of the region. Okay, this is another interesting topic UAI, termed as Uncertainty Avoidance Index. Singaporeans try to control and maintain the code of conduct, and the nation is often termed as fine country, where you are given ticket for any breach of code of conduct. They do try to control their future and adapt always first approach when it comes to any innovation which could improve the quality of life. This definitely means that they are high risk takers and flexible enough to bend to adjust to society demands in the interest of nation. Hence, it seems we can term it as a very weak UAI society and are ready to adapt to unorthodox ideas. Let's move on to the next slide now. Singaporeans believe in futuristic approach, but they also stick back to their traditions, and when you talk casually, they have lot to say about Singaporean heritage and culture. It's a modern day country and open to adapt to cultures and traditions of other developed nations while maintaining their own. As Singapore has considerable number of expat population at any time, the schools often follow the open approach and prepare children with an international mindset. They are concerned about the environment, the country, and often involve into voluntary work and generally greatly influence the government decisions. The last topic of the presentation is indulgence. I was told that Singapore is a tourist nation and its proximity to Asian countries like China and India, and it is the business hub of Asia. It attracts lots of tourism, and still the work culture prevails when we talk to any Singaporean. From a tourist perspective, it seems people are indulged, but most of it are all tourists. Singaporeans are serious workers and know to control their satiety and how to appease themselves. They follow a moderate work culture with punctuality to reach office on time. It would be hard to rate Singaporeans on the scale. Indulgence scale, as society is not bounded and they show less indulgence in leisure activities. They generally follow a polychronic work style. They like to pursue multiple actions and goals. Weekdays are dedicated to work, weekends are dedicated to spending time with family and friends. Usually it's by eating out. They love to eat. 44 hours per week is the norm, and people usually work overtime. Finally, the last conclusive slide, I did research as well, and I would leave you with this graph. This is sourced from Gert Hofstede's website, and the trends for Singapore are in line with what I have analyzed in my earlier slides from my interview with the Singaporean. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.